Welcome friends to the Beaver Dam. This is going to be a longer video, but we're going to go through everything that I have learned in the last 3 months of playing this game with a little announcement at the end. And it's going to be a damn good time. But if you want to get started in Raid Shadow Legends today, go check out the link down below or the QR code appearing above. You're going to get the wonderful Zargla, $60 worth of rewards, Ugo as you level up. And if you do it today, you'll also get 2 free legendaries and the promo codes. If you want to check out those promo codes, there's a video on my channel that will go through those different promo codes, and the other one you just get for free from a calendar, so make sure you check that out. But jumping right in, okay, first things first, if you are first time playing this game, Kale. Use Kale. Kale is your starter champion. That's the thing. You always choose Kale as your starter champion. The rest of the starter champions pale in comparison to this beautiful man. And then after that, your first goal is to get this guy max leveled as fast as possible. Now, the reason that we do that is because rare champions are much easier to level up. Because they don't require a whole lot. And on top of that, you'll have an apprentice pass that if you buy it, you're going to basically get everything you need to bring them up really, really easily. And you're also rewarded, even if you don't pay for it, you're rewarded for leveling up Kale specifically. So get your Kale and get him up, and then get one other character up. Choose whichever one is your favorite out of the characters that you get. You always want to start with a content creator link, just like we talked about earlier in this video. If you go to hellhades.com, we'll actually pull it up right now. This website is your one-stop shop for all kinds of information when it comes to Raid Shadow Legends. This is one of the top content creators for Raid Shadow Legends making a website, and so there's a new player link generator as well. So if there's a new player link that you specifically want that has a certain character, this has a full list of them. Some of them might be a little old. This doesn't get fully updated like every single day, so there might be one that kind of falls out, that type of thing. But this is also a great place to check different characters. If you don't know how to put artifacts on a character, like what artifacts they should get, anything like that, you can literally search up all of them in the search bar, and you can look up Kale, and you can find out exactly what you should put on your wonderful Kale. You can find out how worth it is to put his books on him, which is a 10 out of 10, so get him booked up. What is his masteries, what kind of mods or artifacts should you put on this character. All that information is over there, so don't miss out on that stuff. But yeah, so Kale and getting one other character up, and that'll be your campaign farmers. Now, campaign farmers are meant to get you through your campaigns into brutal difficulty, and the reason you want 2 of them is because, as you can see here, when we go in, you get 1 star for beating the stage, 2 star for beating the stage with no losses, and 3 stars if you have 2 or fewer champions with no losses. And so by having those 2 characters leveled up, whether it be Kale and Alice, whoever it might be, Kale and Ugo, you can get through the campaign and get 3 stars, and those 3 stars will equal sacred shards and different shards along the way. So you're trying to fight your way through normal, hard, and brutal. That is your first goal when you first start up the game, is to work through those 3, because you want to get to brutal 12 and this stage 3. So this stage 3 is where you can farm XP the most efficiently. So you need a character to level up, either to be food or to be a character that's going to be one that you use. You can use this node to level up those characters, as well as these shields are worth a lot of silver, and so you can farm silver here because silver's needed to basically do anything, and silver, you can run out of it really easily. Yes, I have almost 7 million. That doesn't mean you're going to have infinite amounts, and the game is kind. When you first start out, you get a whole bunch of million of silver to get you started, but you can very easily blow through that. Now, while you're working on getting through the campaign as your first major goal, you're obviously going to work on some dungeons. Dungeons are where you get the stuff that you need to level up your characters in different ways. So you'll be working through those as well. But one of the other things that you need to be focusing on in the early game is your missions. These missions will feed you energy. They will feed you all kinds of stuff. They'll give you a legendary character as you get finished with them. This is definitely something that I've neglected to a strong degree on my account, and I regret it for sure, because there's people that have that legendary that are much less far into the game. So make sure you're focusing down those missions as well as just your general quests and challenges. There's a lot to do and you get a lot of rewards for doing them. Don't miss out on those rewards. Going into a little bit about, you know, artifacts. Artifacts are 90% of your character's usefulness. You know, it basically in this game, I have a ton of videos for this stuff, and you can go watch all these videos to get more in-depth stuff. But artifacts are key. They are 90% of the usefulness of a character. Leveling up a character is important, yes, and a level 50 character, a level 60 character is a 4 times power increase. So getting that extra star and going up is super, super important. But at that point, 90% of the increases from there are all artifact based. And so by farming artifacts early, it is the best thing you can do. And artifacts do have a rarity depending on the stars that they have and the actual rarity. And so 1 star and 2 star, never take them up past +4. You know, 3 star, you can take it up to +8 if you really need to. 4 star is where you can start taking it up to level 8 and feel good. 5 star and 6 star is where you can take them up to 12 and 16. Try to never take up a mod that's garbage. Luckily in the early game it does give you some good mods that you can utilize to be able to bring up even if their stats aren't great. When it comes to artifact stats, the key pieces are boots. You're going to be looking for speed. Gauntlets, you're going to be looking for crit rate is typically what you're trying to shoot for on gloves in the early game is going to be crit rate. So keep an eye out for crit rate. For chest pieces, you are looking for basically anything that's not flat stats. So if you get flat health, you're looking for percentage health. You're looking for percentage attack, that type of stuff. And then, of course, for these secondary stats, if it doesn't have speed, it's a garbage piece of gear. Then after that comes accuracy. Accuracy is how easily you can affect your opponents if you're not attacking them. So like applying a debuff, removing turn meter, that type of stuff. That is inflicted by accuracy. So accuracy is super important. And then crit rate and crit damage are the next 2 stats that are important to most people. And then health for supports, of course. Overall, so you're trying at the beginning of the game, I know this is going to be a lot of information, I apologize for that, but after you finish the campaign farming, you get your Kale up to level 66 star, you get your other campaign farmer up to survivable rates, and you push through the campaigns to 12-3. Your next goal is going to be Demon Lord. Demon Lord is something you work together with your clan, so you're going to want to find a good clan, and you can get some insane rewards from these, like to the point where you're getting sacred shards every day type of stuff, just amazing things in general every single day. And so you want to be able to get into a active guild that's around your level, because if you go too far, it can be problematic, which there is a video on my channel about that, so you can go check that out. But Demon Lord's your next goal. And so your first goal, I would say, is you have Kale. Great. I want you to find a turn meter champ. So someone who can push turn meter champs. If you're looking for an easy one that you can farm versus one that you have to roll the dice to get, we have, it's a rare, let's see if I can find her real quick. There she is. Diabolist, you can get her from the spot where you're going to be farming XP, that brutal 12-3. And she's a great turn meter champ to start. And then there's a whole bunch of other ones. If you get lucky, you can pull, you know, Apothecary, or you can pull Deacon. There's plenty of turn meter champs. But you want 2 poison champs, a turn meter champ, a buffer, and a debuffer. You can remove one of these for a reviver if you want. I don't suggest removing the poison or the turn meter, though. Like right now, I'm running a revive with a debuffer and no buffer at the current moment, and I still get some really solid damage in. So you're trying to build a full team. 2 poison champs is going to be excellent start, unless you get like some really lucky pulls early on. Just a poison build is going to be the best thing to start, especially when you're starting with Kale. So, you know, 2 poison champs, a turn meter champ, and then a buffer and a debuffer. And of course, you can fiddle with this. If you have like an Alice, you can throw an Alice in there until you can get another champ and things like that. But that's kind of your main focus. When it comes to leveling up characters, there's a lot to know. I do have a full video about it. I suggest watching that video. I just want to give a brief. be careful who you're devouring into other people and that type of stuff. Make sure you're going to Hell Hades. You can go and look up Anointed on Hell Hades, right? So if we go over to Hell Hades and we look at the, you know, we just look up Anointed. Am I spelling Anointed wrong? Is it one N? Yeah, there we go. 2-star. And so this is food. 2.5-star is like, maybe it's good if you need the role that they do. 3-star and higher is always going to be usable. Anything 2-star and below is instantly food, like in almost every case. And so using this is going to help a lot. Please ignore when you go into a character page, it'll let you see reviews for the character. Ignore them. People like to meme. You'll see characters that are garbage that are ranked high and that type of stuff. But yeah, so that is kind of the opening to this overall to this game. Is your first goal is trying to get through the campaign and work on those missions, and then after that you start working on Demon Lord and building a team. And so that'll keep you busy for the first month to 2 months of your gameplay. More than that, honestly, it'll keep going, but you'll start unlocking other things to do as well. Additionally, I do want to take a second and talk about just in general materials. When it comes to materials, when it comes to energy, when it comes to skill books, when it comes to leveling characters, there is a time and place for all of this. There is a time and place for all of it. So you could do it right now, absolutely. But there'll be events that happen. And so, you know, during these events and during these tournaments, you are going to get all kinds of great stuff. Like this champion training tournament, I had a lot of characters that I needed to take up and a lot of skills that I needed to upgrade. And so I saved my skill books and I saved my upgrades of characters until this event started. And all of a sudden, because this event started, I'm going to be getting 30 gems, 100 of these, which is going to filter into another event's rewards. Plus I got more gems, more rewards. And so you get incentivized to spend your stuff at certain times. And so it works to squirrel things away until you have something that will you know, affect that thing. If you don't have something affecting that thing, it's a much less good time to do it. So, you know, keep that in mind. Don't feel like you have to like always avoid using materials, but like do keep in mind that if you work for events, you're going to get more out of the game than other people will. Speaking of the same kind of thing, obviously we can always open shards during shard opening events where you get more for, you know, summoning new characters, but also there will be events where they do 2 times the chance for a legendary on these, or 2 times the chance for a mythic, that type of stuff. Those are when you want to open your shards. Even if there's not a summoning event, that's the best time to do it. If the 2 coincide and you have a summoning event and the 2 times, it's the best time, of course, but the only time you should be opening shards is when there's a 2 times event where there's a 2 times chance for a legendary. Not to be confused with this one where summon a legendary, getting a bonus legendary. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about 2 times chance for a legendary. So the chances will go, for instance, from Sacred Shard, it'll go from 6% to 12% right here. And that's when you want to open up your Sacred Shards and all those types of shards. But yeah, if you have any questions, throw them in the comments. I most likely have a video on a lot of this new player stuff if you have questions, so make sure you scroll through my channel. You're going to be able to find all kinds of helpful things there. Whether you're looking for like a day one guide, you know, talking about who to level first, or, you know, how to get more energy, current promo codes, I got all kinds of videos that will help you get started. Even one, you know, talking about the tavern and how to level up characters. I got all your needs for new players, so go check out my videos on the channel. Rabid Beaver, Raid Shadow Legends, we are the greatest channel of all time. Additionally, there's a live stream I actually really suggest watching for you guys that are new players, which is answering new player questions and helping troopers on break start raid. This video can be found in the live stream section. I will put a link down in the description for this as well. This is literally me going through with a guy who's clueless, playing through the beginning of the game and kind of answering all his questions, taking him through each little piece. I think this is an excellent video for you if you are looking for something that's going to go very in depth answering questions about the new player experience. So go check out that live stream. I think it'll help you a lot. But I appreciate you guys being here, and I will give you guys our little announcement. I am getting a little too busy for Raid of Shadow Legends. I'm going to be not playing it nearly as much, and I'm going to be stepping back from content creation a little bit for it. I'll still maybe put out a video here or there, and I have like 2 videos in the pipeline that I'd like to finish and get out to you guys sooner rather than later. But I will be taking a little bit of a step back from Raid Shadow Legends. But I appreciate all of you guys who have taken this journey with me, have been here and, you know, played this game with me and had a damn good time doing it. And if you want to have a damn good time doing it, make sure you check out the link down below or the QR code above. You're going to get some great stuff. Regardless of if I keep playing, you're just going to be able to start off really well. Just the, you know, I'm taking a step back myself. Doesn't mean the game's bad. I actually really enjoy the game. Just don't have time in my life right now for it. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it helped you. I hope it's not too flooded with information. If it is, throw it in the comment section what questions you have, and I'll link either I'll answer the question or I'll link a video that has to do with that thing that can go more in depth without being, you know, me going crazy and trying to tell you as much information as possible. But thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for being part of the Beaver Dam, and thank you for coming on this wonderful journey with me in Raid Shadow Legends, and I will see you guys in the next video.